Hey YouTube, this is We All Juggle Knives with a knife from CRKT. How do you like my intro? Yes, I did test this out. This is the Sangrador Dagger. Right, it's designed by a military guy. I'll put his name in the text description box, right, because I don't want to mess it up. But here it is with some other daggers. Yeah, where I live, you're allowed to own daggers, but it's not a good idea to carry them around. And so I basically never leave my property with a dagger. There is the Molly sheath, and I'll show that in detail as well later in the video. Right, but the dagger itself, 5.5 inches in blade length, and the steel is SK5 carbon steel. Right, and these daggers, you know, they take you back to some of the World War II designs, which I love. All right, testing the tip. Yes, the most important thing with a dagger. Well, I'm also testing the grip, but this provides a pretty good grip because it has a guard. And that glove I'm wearing is an anti-cut glove. And so theoretically, even if that guard were to break, which is not going to because the metal of the knife goes through that guard, but even if it were to break, theoretically that glove would save me from being cut. And a closer look at this beast, you can see G10 handle scales, true full tang, meaning you can see the metal all the way around. You see the wear and tear on the finish on the tip, but the tip itself held up nicely. Yes, anti-cut. You see it has VEF serrations. I'm pretty sure they put those on for the sentry removal throat slitting application. I believe that's, or maybe it's just to cut rope. Trying to add some utility to the dagger. Alright, I could see either way. Now from a purist standpoint, I would prefer no serrations on my dagger. But there they are. Right, and the blade is blacked out for stealth, I'm assuming. Right, but you can use this in a multitude of grips. The ice pick grip with the Michael Myers music is always a good thing. Now, this is kind of like those old Fairbairn Sykes daggers from World War II. Right, but with a modern twist. This is true full tang. You know, people are demanding true full tangs these days. In World War II, like enclosed handles, like stacked leather, like on a K-bar or on a Randall, were pretty common. But these days, everyone wants true full tang, and so they have given it to you. Sheath coming up. All right, there you see the sheath. It has a secondary pocket with Velcro closure right there. And you see it has, it's Molly compatible on the back, and then it has that belt loop, right, with more Velcro there. It's got a single retaining strap, right, with a snap closure. And as you saw, it held it in well. All right, so that's the sheath that you get. All right, comparison with some other knives, mostly daggers. Now that K-bar USMC is there just for a size comparison because it's a very common knife and most people have an idea of how large it is. Right, so let's see if I can remember these from left to right. We have an Entrek Commando dagger, cold steel, what is that, the Peacekeeper, Peacemaker, something like that. Then we have a Scorpion Knives dagger. And the CRKT, whoa, I just messed that up. Okay, I meant from right to left. Moving right along, we've got the K-bar, we have a British Commando knife, and a Gerber Mark II dagger. All right, so what's my final assessment of this dagger? Would it do its job? I think you guys can answer that just by looking at it, although it did help to stab into that target for a while just to have confidence that the tip won't break and that it gives a good grip. But basically, this is like an old World War II commando dagger, but modernized a little bit with the true full tang. And, I think that has only served to improve the design So what's not to like? The sheath, it seemed a little bulky, and I don't really like any Velcro on a military sheath, just because it can make noise. All right, so the sheath maybe could have been optimized a little more. But the dagger itself, I mean, it's very pointed. It would pierce extremely well. You know, you can get at all the vitals. Now, do most people need this? Hopefully not, probably not. But like I said, it was made by a military guy, a combat vet, for people like himself. And I think in that capacity, this would serve and serve well. I could also throw this, not that I would ever do that in combat necessarily, but it's so pointy it would stick really well. So maybe I will try that. But yes, the Sangrador, it means bleeder in Latin, and I do think it would live up to its name. Hope you enjoyed seeing it. This has been We All Juggle Knives.